Thanks to Nikon for that presentation. They really have got some stellar developments on the coast.
And now earlier Jess showed us what to look for when getting a pest inspection. Well, now she's discovering what a building report can show up. Here's some handy tips if you're in the market to buy.
It's easy to fall in love with a house based on the presentation, but it's what lies beneath the beautiful Italian tiles and the feature wall that really count. A building inspection ensures the property is built well and helps you make that important decision, to buy or not to buy. So Judd, you're a pretty important guy to have around when you're buying a home. You save buyers the devastation of possibly buying a dud.
That's true. We do look at all these areas, including areas that might be sort of in the process of having some renovations or work done, and that's all carefully considered as well, so very important.
So what are some of the other things that you'd be looking for when you're inspecting a property?
Well, we're considering all things inside and outside of the property. So, outside, for instance, we're looking at things ranging from the roof exterior, where you can, have weather entry and rainwater entry, roof water management, that sort of thing. Also site conditions around the house that may have an impact on the structural stability of the house. Mm-hmm. Inside, all sorts of things such as fixtures and fittings, leaking taps, leaking showers is a major concern. But all of those things are considered. We do a very thorough visual inspection right throughout the interior and exterior of the property.
So what are some of the things that buyers can look out for? Like, all houses have settling cracks, I assume. Is that something that we should be worried about?
Well, when we come through and we look at those sorts of things, we do consider that there are degrees of settlement in a building always. Every large crack starts off as a small crack, so it's very important to look at those and consider them carefully.
Okay.
And if there are concerns, obviously we would refer you on to the relevant sort of specialist person, such as an engineer. Okay, so out here, Jess, this is a fairly typical sort of extension that we're seeing around the Gold Coast. You're getting a lot of little brick and tile places, 3 beds, where people are looking for the extra space. They're building into existing attached garages and then doing this sort of addition out the front, such as a double carport.
Yeah.
The important thing here is obviously we're concerned with making sure that it's built soundly and it's been done in a compliant fashion. Mm-hmm. Okay, Jess, so there's a section in our report that's significant items. Mm-hmm. We're looking for structural type things such as concrete slabs, footings, parts of the building that are really, really important. Mm-hmm. This slab here, for instance, is a new slab, part of the extensions that are being carried out. And you can see over here, the builder's done the correct thing in terms of putting expansion joints or control joining in the concrete, which stops it cracking randomly throughout.
Okay, so there's no cracks that I can see at all?
Everything's looking good.
What if there were?
Well, if there were cracks or any things that were of concern to us, we would normally always recommend that you seek further advice from a structural repair specialist or a structural engineer.
So Judd, I guess a great tip for buyers and sellers alike is to either ask for or offer up the approved plans to the property.
Look, if alterations and additions have been done to the property, it's a great thing to have available for me on the day or the builder. It's a form of verifying that the work has been done in an approved manner. Also very important are the certificates that go hand in hand with the various stages of the work as it's carried out. But any documentation like this, if it's available, it saves having to source it later, and it can just speed up the whole process.
And I guess make the property more attractive for buyers.
It does.
How's it looking up there, Judd?
It's all good, Jess. Been right through the roof space, got my seal of approval.
There we go. Looks like this place has good bones, which is exactly what you want. I'm sure it will make the potential buyers of this place really happy.